The 5 foundation poses. We're gonna run through these. Let me have my lovely couple come up. And I'm gonna preface this with they are not an actual couple. Brandon and Andrea, they're models. Well, they actually work for us too. But we are gonna make this extremely awkward for them and make them kiss. Just because we can. I'm just kidding. Not really. Okay, so the foundation poses, when the whole reason that we created this entire framework was that when we came into the studio and we said we need to be able to train our shooters to be able to do this kind of thing on their own, it was down to like, how do we teach them how to pose? I went and literally just studied poses. I had Pinterest boards and all these different boards up, and what I found is that you could basically take 90 something, I think it was the number was like 97% of poses came from 5 basic positions of the feet. And so I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make foundation posing, where we teach people how to position the feet and the body, and then you can build anything from there. So basically these 5 different poses, these 5 different foundations, you can create virtually any different look by just making micro adjustments, by just moving hands and kind of moving eyes, and that's it. So it's a very simple framework for you guys to use, and it'll help you to get in and out of poses very quickly, and I'm gonna show you exactly what it is now with the couple. So let's go ahead and what I wanna do first is let's get them standing in a good spot. So I think you guys are actually solid right there. What I'm gonna do though is let's flip your sides. The reason why we're doing this is because I want Andrea's side to be where we're lighting into, okay? So we're lighting into her side, and we're gonna keep Brandon in the shadow. So Brandon, what I'm gonna have you do, and let's not worry too much about the train for right now. We're just gonna place this behind her. Okay, and step, let's see. Joe, do you need them to step anywhere? Like, are they centered up?
They're centered up.
They're centered up, okay. So guys, we're gonna start with the V up, and all I'm gonna have you do is step closer together to each other. And Brandon, your arm is gonna go down and onto her hip on this side. Oh, sorry, your right arm, there you go. And Andrea, you can just relax your hand in the back. So just let it drop. Perfect. Okay, now, Andrea, you're just gonna open up a little bit with this side, and then that's perfect, Brandon. So we call this the V up because basically your shoulders are making a V in the back, right? So the way that your shoulders are positioned, your feet are kind of in towards each other, and then your shoulders are making that V. Now, you guys have never posed for me before, correct? This is the first time? But if I were to tell you, well, treat your shoulder like the hinge on a door. So right now you're making a V. If I said, Andrea, there's the camera, open, close. Have you ever done that before?
Nope.
Okay. Brandon, close to Andrea. So if I were to say, what do you guys think a closed pose would be? What do you think that would be?
Putting each other's body together like this.
Do it. Show the camera what a closed pose would be. So what I want you guys to do is point each other's chest toward each other. Close all the way. Perfect. This becomes a closed pose. If I were to say, guys, what do you think an open pose would be? Okay, hold hands in the center. Open all the way to the camera. Perfect. That's really simple, right?
Yeah.
So now all I have to do is basically say, guys, go into a, wow. And action. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take a quick picture of each of those. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip. So guys, go into the V up. I'm gonna go ahead and turn over to Lightroom. Beautiful, beautiful. So good. So Joe, why don't you center them up? And let me make sure I'm out of the frame. I want you to go into the V up. And then, Brandon, why don't you just put your left hand in the pocket and look right into that camera. And Joe, when you're ready.
Ready. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Perfect. Now, you can tell they're models because do you see how Andrea's head angle is leaning away from Brandon? That's actually a body language sign of discomfort. We're going to get to that later. But they're making the V. Okay, Perfect. Let's do one more V with the head angles kind of in toward each other, so tilt the heads a little bit, not too much. So come up a little bit, there you go. And then my dear, open up the shoulder. And now every time I use the words like open, close, she now knows what that means, right? So if I say, Andrea, just open a little bit more, there you go, right there. Perfect. Slight tilt into each other. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, look, they like each other. So much better. Okay, so a basic V. Now, watch this, guys. Close completely against each other. Hold hands. There you go. Touch foreheads, that's great. I love it. Go ahead and take that picture.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
All right. Once again, they don't really like each other. We got hip spacing. Brandon, why don't you use your backhand to pull her in from the hip and do one more close pose. There you go. And do that one more time.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, look, they like each other again. That's great. Okay, awesome. Okay, go ahead and open up now to the camera. Hold hands in the center. Look directly into the camera. Joe, make sure they're centered up.
1, 2, 3.
And Andrea, my dear, I think you're a little bit like open completely to the camera. So chest straight into the camera. Turn, there you go. There you go. There you go. That's open. Okay. One more time.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Ideally, look like a less angry couple. Perfect. Okay. All we did, there's just a couple different basic feet positions, right? This, this, this. That's 3. What are the other ones? Stacked. So all we're going to do is, Andrea, you're going to step in front. There you go. And I want you to put your back into his chest. So you're basically stacking your feet like that. Okay?
Step tayo.
There you go. Now hold hands right here. Perfect. And I want you guys to look into the camera. What I want to do is I just want to make sure you're going to see what this looks like, but we're going to talk about overlap. Why don't you go ahead and take that shot while they're looking into the camera?
Looking in the camera, guys. Into the camera. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
What's probably going to happen right now is Brandon's going to look like he's hiding. A little bit. Not too bad. Brandon, take a small step out to your left, just so you're a little, there you go. And go for it one more time. And Andrea, relax your right hand down.
Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Perfect. Stacked. Feet are stacked in front of each other. The last one is reversed. So, Brandon, you're going to turn. This is where one person's feet goes one direction, the other person goes the other direction. Okay, Andrea, you're going to hug onto his arm. Brandon, you're going to look towards Andrea. Andrea's going to look into the camera.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Perfect. Andrea, what I want you to do is open your chest to the camera more, just like that. There you go. Now look into the camera. Brandon, turn your head a little bit more into her and look towards her, smiling. Lean into her a little bit with the face, and then take that shot again.
1, 2, 3.
Perfect. Okay. Very simple positioning, right? Those 5 basic things. Why do we say those 5 basic things? Because watch, with those 5 basic positions, we can start doing a whole heck of a lot of different stuff. So, let's summarize briefly, and then I'm going to give you a quick glance. Okay, so here we have our lovely V, lovely closed, lovely open, lovely stacked, lovely reversed. From each of these positions, we're going to talk about how each of them has a different level of intimacy, okay? We'll be discussing that as we get into body language. But from each of these positions, wouldn't all we need to do is basically just control where the eyes are going, control how close they are, control expression and those kind of things. But basically we have every shot and controlled distance. For example, this, they could be standing next to each other. They could also open up. They could then look into each other. In fact, why don't we show them? Open up to the camera. Okay, get your angle. It's so easy for me to direct this, like I don't have to do anything now. I don't have to be in front of the camera. I can direct from just over here, and they can understand exactly what I'm saying. So that's great, guys, but I want you to open 100% to those cameras. So chest straight into the camera.
1, 2, 3.
Perfect. Now I want you guys to look in towards each other, but stay open to the camera and just look at each other. There you go.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Cute. She's making a fist like she wants to punch him, but that's okay. Once again, little tension. It's okay. It's fine. It's good. It's fine. Okay, Brandon, look at her, and Andrea, look into the camera. Kick the hip a little bit. Andrea, I love the way that, yeah, that's perfect. I'm
Ready,
not
1, 2,
even
3.
watching. Cute. Could we not bring Andrea out in front and have her lead him with the open pose? Like do a walking shot? Hugging onto his arm. We're gonna do a full demonstration in a minute, but I want you guys to start thinking of like, all we have to do is make different micro adjustments from each of these positions. We can put them in one pose and make a series of micro adjustments to completely change the way that it looks. Okay? Now, let me just glance at these real quick, because we are gonna do the demonstration. So let's go back to this. Guys, we've spent maybe 10 minutes on this. Do you feel like that's pretty simple to understand?
Yeah.
If I said, remember those 5 things, do you think you'd be able to do it? So if we were to walk into a scene and I said, guys, close against each other, could you do it now? Yeah. They're so funny. It's like,
Where's that?
so perfect. Okay. If I were to say, guys, I want you to stack and look towards the camera. Perfect. And then I want you to look down into this side, Andrea, and then look down towards her, Brandon. Perfect. It's so simple now. So we start each shoot with this foundation posing guidance. Okay, so I always have my clients come 15 minutes early. We start with foundation posing. I'll usually go with the guys first and say, this is what I'm going to have you do. With the girls, second, this is what I'm going to have you do. And then with the couple together, this is what I'm going to have you do together. Right now, I just want to teach you the feet positions. We're going to get into the other piece as we go into the men's and the women's posing portions. But everybody think that they could do this? Pretty simple? Okay, everybody think that their clients could probably do this? Pretty simple? Okay, so let's go ahead and why don't we give our lovely models a hand. So that was the guidance that I gave to you guys, and that probably took 15, 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and cut here. I want to go to the next video, and in the next video, we're going to give you the client version of this, so the version that they're going to hear of the foundation poses. So it's a little quicker.